Hey guys, summer of '09 backlog quick review video. You guys, a couple weeks ago I did a video where I listed off 10 games that I wanted to complete this summer. I know it's gonna be hard to get to, but I finished my first game a couple days ago, so it's time for a quick review. That game is Gun for the Xbox 360. You know, it's also available on the Xbox, PlayStation 2, PC, basically all the old systems from last generation and the 360. So, without further ado, let's get on with this quick review. Hey, that rhymed. Alright, so basically, without giving away too much of the story, you play as a pretty young cowboy. His name is Colton. And one day you're off with your pa, whose name is Ned, and you're hunting. You get on this steamboat, and on the steamboat there's like this important artifact that's on there. Ned tells you a little bit about it, but you don't know too much about it. The steamboat gets hijacked, and basically the artifact is stolen. There's some bad guys involved, and you know, I don't want to give away too much, but basically Gun is about vengeance. Colton finds out what the artifact is all about, and he tries to get to the bottom of things. He wants things to be done right, and you know, he finds a lot of stuff out along the way. The story is really good. It was awesome. The story was really cool. Kept my interest. Lots of twists and turns. My only problem was that it's way too short. The story is just way too short. They could have made it a little bit longer, but the story, as amazing as it was just too short of a ride for me. I wanted it to be a little bit longer. Basically, Gun is a third-person action-adventure slash shooter slash open-world sandbox type of game. Okay, so you had this whole town or this whole city to your disposal. Dusty valleys, you know, sand everywhere, dirt roads. You get to ride a horse. You have your own horse. You can ride around on horseback. And, you know, basically you go around, you shooting bad guys. Okay, you want things to be right, you know, so you're going around shooting bad guys. The shooting is really fun and satisfying, and it's pretty simple. Like, you don't have to be really accurate with your headshots. Like, you just have to get in the vicinity of the head and fire, and you're going to get a headshot. So the shooting is really, really simple, and it's really satisfying, feels good. One of the cool shooting mechanics, though, is quick draw, which is basically you press the R right button on the controller, the RB button, and you go into slow motion. So everything slows down, and you basically use your pistols to pick off people's, like, basically headshots all over the place. You have a limited amount of time that you can do your quick draw for, but if you're really effective with it, it really works. It's a really cool mechanic. I mean, I found myself using it a lot. Another cool thing about Gun is the fact that the game is so short. You can extend the gameplay by doing a lot of the side missions. You have a bunch of side missions at your disposal. You could be basically a federal marshal. You can go around capturing guys, like taking them into the jail, doing all that type of stuff. You can play as the sheriff of the town. You can herd cattle. You can go hunt. You can, you know, find most wanted posters all around the town on buildings and stuff, and you could take down people that way. There's a lot of things to do, and the more side missions you do, the more money you earn, and you can take your money, take it to the shop, and basically upgrade Colton. You can make your horse run faster. You can make Colton have more health bar. You can upgrade your weapons. There's just a lot of stuff that you can spend your money on to make the gameplay experience feel, you know, a little bit better and a little bit easier. I played it on hard, and I thought it was kind of hard, but once I started upgrading Colton more, it became a little bit more easier to play and manageable. Now, one negative thing about Gun, okay, one negative thing about this game is that it looks horrible. It is a horrible looking game. Now, I will give it a little bit of slack because the game came out in 2005, okay? But this game just is so ugly. It's horrid. The character models are gross. You know, it has potential for having an awesome looking environment. Like there's these big valleys and, you know, you got rivers and streams, but it just looks ugly. It just looks ugly. I don't understand. You have tumbleweed that rolls past. That's a pretty cool thing because every now and again you'll see tumbleweed. One cool thing also about the graphics is that you can shoot someone like a headshot, okay, and their head might explode, like it'll just bam, it's gone. But then, you know, sometimes you'll see blood splatter on the back of the wall. I mean, it's pretty cool. That is kind of cool. But for the most part, the character models, the textures are just gross. There's a lot of clipping going on. It's disgusting looking. I don't know how it looks on the PlayStation 2 or the Xbox, but on the 360, there's no HD. There's no HD in this game. I would have been so mad if I bought this game at launch for $60 and there was no HD. The voice acting is amazing. I wish I knew the actors that actually did the voice acting. They're somewhere in the credits. I don't know. I'm sorry for not finding that out beforehand. But the voice acting is done really well. A lot of emotions put into it, really believable. I mean, it's really, really good voice acting done in this game. As far as the music goes, the music is pretty catchy, especially the theme music that you'll hear at the title. It's pretty cool. It has that whole Western feel to it, make you feel like a cowboy. It's a really good feel. So the sound is amazing. So Gun is an awesome experience if you haven't experienced it yet. I mean, it came out in 2005. I bought it for 20 bucks back in the day, probably like almost 2 years ago. So you can find it for cheaper now, which will be awesome. I can't say that it's an amazing game because, you know, the game is just way too short and it looks horrible. And I know graphics aren't everything, but the game looks bad, okay? But I can say it is a really good experience. I mean, it has a great story. The voice acting is awesome. And the gameplay is really easy and satisfying, really easy to just pick up and play, and you'll get really addicted to it. Just doing the side missions and trying to upgrade Colton, it's really rewarding. My final score for Gun, all right, for the Xbox 360 is going to be a 7.5. Thanks for watching, guys. This is my first summer of 2009, my backlog video games review. Stick with me because I got more games coming up.